Hello, my name is Christy. I'm the Group Fitness Director at the Huntington YMCA, personal trainer and instructor. Today we're going to do mat Pilates. If you don't have a mat at home, a carpeted surface, or get a beach towel and put down. So let's go to the mat and begin. When you get to the mat, you want to think about an imaginary wall behind your spine. As you sit nice and tall, you want to think about those sit bones. So sometimes we have to rock a little bit to find that. Feet spaced about hip-width apart, extend your arms, shoulders down and back. If at any time you feel you need help here, grab a shoe, hold on to a shoe. So we're going to tilt our pelvis forward. Think of that little scoop like a spoon. You're going to take a big inhale, and on the exhale, stack it back up. Pelvic tilt, big deep breath. I'm coming a little lower. Again, this is where holding on would help. And up. As I cue the breathing, you just breathe. Big deep breath and come up. So now think, inhale, expand that rib cage open. I'm coming a little lower and up. As you go lower, you might need to get the feet a little closer. Big deep breath. Think of the crown of the head extending to the ceiling. And we're now going to go all the way down. Lengthen those arms. Inhale, expand through the rib cage. Exhale, let the pelvis and lower back hit the floor as the hands come here. We're going to start with the 100s today. This is a traditional move done in Pilates. Option 1, feet on the floor, tabletop, or you can go into your Pilates V, those of you that do Pilates quite often. Think of a fist with chin to chest, curl up. If you want, you could grab a mat or a rolled up towel or a pillow underneath your head. Are we ready? Raise those arms a few inches, shoulders down and back, begin to slap water. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, navel to spine. 5, breathe, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, navel to spine. Here's 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, you can put your feet on the floor. Here's 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, navel to spine. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you come a little higher? Here's 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press that navel to spine. And 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, navel to spine. Here's 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're almost there. Here's 9, 2, 3, 4. You can put that head down if you want. Last 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 99, 100. Your midsection should be good and warm now. And if at any time you need to put that head down, do so. Let's go into ab series. Single leg stretch. As if you're going across the room and your toes are going to touch that wall away from you. Hands lightly on the side. Again, fist width. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Give me one more pass. Each way counts as 1. And we come back into our little ball and rest. Single straight leg stretch. One leg to the ceiling, one hovers the floor. If your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees. Looks like a pair of scissors. Ready? Inhale, exhale, switch, and switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Big deep breath. Again, remember those options. You can put that head down at any time. Big breath. Again, at your pace. Inhale, exhale, switch, last pass, and we go into double leg stretch. Starting with the ball, you open out, circle around, give yourself a hug. If your arms bother you or your shoulders, just make a V here as you open and close. If you want to go into Pilates V, do so. Remember, if your back ever arches, take those legs to the ceiling so your spine is connected to your mat. One more, and we'll go into double straight leg stretch. Make a basket weave behind your head. Draw both legs towards you. Lower to your neutral spine. Pause, hold. Inhale, raise and reach. Exhale, lower. So again, if my back starts to arch here, I might put my head and neck down. I might stop at just a few inches away. It's what lengthens your spine and causes your core to engage. From here, we will take this into crisscross. Some people call this a bicycle, but it is not a true bicycle. You're extending across the room and one side stays attached to the floor. So if I find that shoulder rounding in toward my inner thigh, just think of opening out. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Give me one more passage way, and then you lie back and give yourself a hug. From here, we go into articulating bridge. Place your feet on the floor, hip width apart, and think of this tilt, tailbone to the ceiling. From here, I'm going to peel up one vertebra at a time. Ready? Big deep breath. Peel up. As I peel up, all the weight is on your shoulders and your feet. Ideally, we want to hold this for 3 breaths. Inhale, expand through the rib cage. Exhale, navel to spine. One cue is squeeze your glutes. It'll help keep you up. Another one is place those hands under those hip bones. So after your last breath, I'm going to tilt that tailbone and start from the top of my spine, peel down one vertebra at a time. Think of each vertebra making its impression in the mat until the last hits the floor and the tailbone lengthens toward your heels. Prepare to go again. Tilt the tailbone, peel up. So each time I would do the bridge, it becomes slower, more controlled. Think of stacking your spine up. Inhale and exhale. Again, do you still have your fist width? Tilt tailbone to the ceiling, peel down one vertebra at a time. Paying attention now to the middle of your back, your lower back, until that tailbone hits the floor. Last time, inhale, tilt toward the ceiling. Exhale, keep breathing at your pace. And we get slower and slower as we articulate our spine. People ask about the core. The core is such a word that's used throughout fitness industry. And do you really understand what it is? It's everything between hip and shoulders and all the way around. Let's take this back down, tilt. I might be exaggerating the move, but that way you can get a % of this as you let each vertebra hit the floor. And again, the tailbone will be the last one to reach. From here, we're going to roll to our side. We're going to go into side line, and I want to line everything up with the mat. Hip on top of hip, shoulder on top of shoulder. So let's take that top leg, lengthen it, externally rotate, heel to heel, and then go in again to what's called Pilates feet or a pike position. We need to have a space here. You're lifted up on your hip bones. So if I can take my leg and just do this, I am probably pressing into the floor and I came out of my pose. So I'm going to do leg lift, flex heel to heel, hold squeeze. Inhale, expand through that rib cage. Exhale. So as I tire, I probably want to go into the floor. I want to keep you up and lifted as much as we can. Flex heel to heel, squeeze top back of thighs. Inhale, expand through that rib cage. If you are comfortable enough with your balance, you could take that hand off. But at all times, it's safer to have hand here. Side passe, drag, extend. Flex heel to heel, hold squeeze. Drag and extend. Flex heel to heel, hold squeeze. Shoulders down and back. Drag. When I say squeeze, what are we squeezing? Thighs, glutes. And let's repeat that. So now I'm going to drag here, extend, and flex. From here, I'm going to draw this down for little ankle circles. And I'm just going to brush, just as if you're making a little circle here. And then reverse, big deep breath. Are you still lifted and stacked? Now I'm going to draw both legs back, double leg lift. I suggest hand in front of you for balance and lower. Inhale, raise and reach, and lower. Avoid taking your legs any higher than hip height so that that back stays nice and lined up and no pressure on your lower back. One more of these if you can, and know again, I could go into a balance challenge. From here, I'm going to roll to my back, bring both knees into my chest, big deep breath, and we will proceed to go to the other side. So as I stack everything up, hip on top of hip, shoulder on top of shoulder, take that top leg, lengthen across the room, externally rotate, draw it here, find your space, and now we come into our pike. Leg lift and leg lower. Inhale, expand through the rib cage. Exhale, navel to spine, but we still have our space. You could also make a pillow with your arm. And know again, if I want to go in to a balance challenge, here it is. Always safest, big deep breath. To have your hand in front. From here, I'll go into side passe. Lift, bend, drag, hold, squeeze. Lift, bend, and I'm literally squeezing top back of thighs as I draw this down my leg. Big deep breath. 2 more if you can. Again, balance challenge is always an option, but if you come out of this pose, take your hand here. Let's reverse that. Bend, extend, flex, hold, squeeze. Bend, extend, flex, hold, squeeze. So the whole time I'm pulling that belly button in, squeezing top back of thighs, squeezing glutes, and we'll now do little ankle circles. So I'm just brushing. Big deep breath. Reverse it. And from here, double leg. So I want to draw my legs back, line it up with the mat, lift and lower. Again, one finger, arm up, or you could go into both. From here, lower. One more. I'm going to roll to my stomach for a little bit for our back. Double leg kick. Draw your hands to the base of your spine. Turn your head to one side of choice. Zip and wrap those legs together, meaning decrease the space as I kick. 1, 2, 3. Top of your legs hit the floor, upper body comes up, pause, hold. Inhale, expand through the rib cage. Exhale, turn to the other side, kick. 1, 2, 3. Raise in, reach, pause, hold. So I'm still staring at the floor. I've got that line from crown of my head, but I'm also pulling that belly button up and in right here as I lengthen toward my heels. One of the hardest things to do because our belly wants to drop into the floor. So take that big deep breath, pull it up and in, and let's do one more each side. Big deep breath, turn your head, kick. 1, 2, 3, raise upper body, pause, hold. Finish on the other side, kick. 1, 2, squeeze those glutes. And as I lift here, I separate my hand. Come up a little higher, bend, and back into tabletop. Hands directly under shoulders. Space between fingers helps. And if you have wrist problems, you could roll your mat, placing the pads of the hands on the rolled edge, fingers on the floor. If plank is not your thing, you know you can always go over to the wall and use a wall. You can always keep one leg on the floor, one knee that is, and this is a plank. If you like, inhale. On the exhale, come into full plank, squeeze those glutes, navel to spine, and ideally we want to hold for 3 breaths. Inhale, expand through that rib cage. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last breath. Remember, you can drop a knee at any time. Let's all drop one knee, drop the other. Push those hips back to your heels as the forehead drops to the floor, and we will go into short spine stretch. Round your spine, pull that belly button up and in. Stack up one vertebra at a time as if you're lining up against the wall, and the head is the last thing to come up. So let's repeat that plank, but let's add a leg lift and a leg lower. So now I'm going to extend one leg. No, you can stay right here, or inhale. On the exhale, add the other. Again, hands directly under shoulders, shoulders down and back. I'm going to balance on the right. I'm going to extend that left leg, lengthen my toe, and then I take toe to the floor, toe across the room. Always staying hip height. Inhale, expand through the ribcage. So, could I drop this leg? Of course I could. You could complete your last 2 here. After this big inhale and exhale, we need to set up to do that on the other side. So again, I'm balancing on the ball of my foot, lengthen, and it's lower and lift. Drop that left knee at any time. Big deep breath. 2 more. And on the last one, I will put this knee down, put the other, And one more time, sit back on those heels. Short spine stretch to a seated position. As I stack each vertebra up, head's the last thing to come up, and we're just gonna flip around and extend those legs out in front of you. Again, find your sit bones. Wall here and a wall here. So I'm gonna go into twist and we'll add saw. Your choice if you want space here, if my hamstrings are tight, gotta bend. Shoulders down and back. Let's take a big inhale, twist to the right. Think of a bar holding your hip, hinge, saw little pinky off. Round that spine, stack up against the wall. Inhale, exhale, open up. This is something we should do every day. If any of you are golfers or tennis players, so important to maintain that flexibility so you can continue well into your later stages of life. And in my case, that's going to be 105. Big inhale, exhale, switch. If your arm extended behind you bothers you, you have any kind of shoulder issues, just drop that hand right there and try and twist. And look behind that shoulder. Big deep breath. Inhale, exhale, twist and saw. Stack it up and let's do one more each way. Inhale, exhale, twist. Could we hold this for a few seconds as you glance over that back shoulder? Round your spine, stack it up, open out. Let's finish on the other side. Twist and saw. Round the spine, stack it up. And from here, we want to shake our arms out as we go into reverse plank. Ideally, your fingers should go towards your sit bones, but a lot of people that bothers them, so I totally understand if you have to come here or here. So the thing that's lifting is your hips. So first move, squeeze your glutes. Big inhale, think about your hips, lift them up. Crown of the head to the ceiling. Could I drop a leg? Absolutely. Inhale, expand through the rib cage. Exhale. 2 more deep breaths. Squeeze those glutes. Come down anytime you need to. Last breath. And we slowly come out of this to go into traditional spine stretch. Once again, line up against the wall. Space between your legs is your choice. I'm going to peel away from the wall, so I need to collapse here and just keep reaching, reaching, reaching as I go as far as I can or bend the knees as needed. When you get to your spot, take that big breath, push tailbone to the wall, stack it up. Head is always the last thing to come up. I could also take my hands on the floor, nod chin, peel away from the top of the spine. When you get here, big deep breath, inhale, expand through the rib cage, exhale, push into the wall, stack it up. And from here, we'll go into rolling like a ball. Scoot to the front edge of your mat, so when you roll back, your head's on the mat or your towel or the floor. So you want to think about a ball, literally letting that spine relax. So let's draw this in, nod chin to your ball. You can either hold on your shins, you could hold underneath, or up, slightly below the knee. The first thing we need to do is get our balance. So take one leg off, take the other. The tighter the ball, the little more challenging rolling like a ball is. So inhale, on the exhale, rock back on the shoulder blades, rock back up, pause, hold. If you need to touch the floor, do so. Rock back on the shoulder blades, rock back up, pause, hold. Again, big deep breath. Keep that head tucked. And let's do 2 more if you can. Here comes the last one. And when I get here, I will stay, place feet. From here, we're going to do an open leg balance challenge. You could stay 1. You could find that sit bone and make sure your hands are lightly wrapped around shins. And now I need to lengthen to the ceiling. Inhale, expand through the rib cage. Exhale. If I want to put 1 foot down, do so. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Excellent. I'm not going to add the rocker to that, but you certainly could. From here, let's come over to tabletop to prepare to take this toward the end of our workout. Plank to push-up, elephant walk to standing position. Plank and push-up are bad words, I know. So use any modification you can. This being one. Inhale. On the exhale, if you want to go into full plank, we just stay here. So think of a rope or a belt tied around your hips as you lift that up, and my head is still crown of the head to the ceiling. I'm glancing out in front. If you need to bend your knees, you do so. And then I come back into my plank. Push up. All you need to do is lower, push back, pause, hold. Don't have to go all the way to the floor. Ready? Lift your hips. Inverted V. Lift up on the ball of your feet. And then again, if you need to bend knees, slowly walk back until you think of that imaginary wall behind you. Round your spine, stack it up one vertebra at a time. Head is always the last thing to come up. Let's reverse that. Collapse. Think of chin to chest. Again, bend the knees if your hamstrings are tight. When you hit the floor, you walk out into that inverted V. Lift up as you wish. Inhale. On the exhale, all you have to do is take that body back, line it up, hands should be in the correct position. Inhale. On the exhale, one more time. And we come back to plank. And for the last one, we will elephant walk back. And again, bend the knees as needed. Think of that wall here as you round that spine. When you come up, head is the last thing to come up, shoulders down and back. Let's finish with standing work. You always want to get off your mat. Not everyone's hips will open out, but you want to think of what's called ASIS. Could you take your pads of your hands on your hip bones and fold it in? This is the triangle you want. So if I'm here or here or here, I'm out of alignment. Not everyone's hips will open out. So this may be your spot. This may be your spot, but we want to keep our pelvis lined up, shoulders down and back. So let's go into breathing. Extend the arms. Rotate palms to the ceiling and immediately think of squeezing your glutes, top back of thighs. Crown of the head lengthens. Inhale. On the exhale, lower until your hands come to natural position. One more time. Inhale, expand through the rib cage. Exhale, rotate. Lengthen across that room. Inhale. Exhale, lower. And our last breath, ready? Inhale, expand through that rib cage. Pull everything down and back. Lengthen to the ceiling and lower. You can finish your workout here, or if you want to stay with me for just a little bit of balance work, let's do so. You can always go to a wall or a chair and hold on. So I'm going to place my hands here to help. I'm going to try and keep my heels as close together as I can. Lift up on the ball of your feet. Inhale. On the exhale, open out. Think of a block of cement holding your spine here. So then I'll lower the heels, a zipper from heels, up, squeeze, pause, hold. One more. Lift, open. If you can't get the heels down to the floor, don't worry about it. Zip and wrap, pause, hold, and this will be our last one. Ready? Inhale, open. I'm going lower, 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 tighten up, hit that floor, zipper all the way up. And you have just completed a short Mat Pilates workout. Give yourself a round of applause. Have a great day. Thank you.